Hello, my name is Evgenia Rasa and I am certified open yoga teacher. All our materials are available on the site yogaopenyoga.com for all those people who are willing to learn yoga from very basics and step by step. We have gone quite far and our course is on the topic about the teachings of yoga, yoga schools and yoga teachers. And today we are going to talk about three important questions, and those will be: who can practice yoga, what is the attitude of the yoga towards the sex and the marriage, and also who can tell how successful you are in yoga, and also a small notice about the curing of diseases by yoga. These four questions get asked by many people, many yogis, or many people who are interested in yoga quite often, and thereby I think it's important at this moment to pay more attention to them. So the question number one is: who can practice yoga? Basically anyone can do it, because yoga is very different and it's a system of self-exploration, so there is no issues about the sex, gender, nationality, religion, or other preferences that people have. No advanced skills are needed. Even if you are weaker in one area, there are other areas you can explore, and there are many kinds of yoga that you can start with. Of course, there are some suggestions, recommendations, but they are only on the recommendation base. If you are asking about the health, then as there is the previous notice in the very beginning of our courses, then if you have any doubts, you have to consult your doctor, because yoga is not medicine, and thereby it's up to you and your doctor to decide which areas or what kind of exercises are suitable for your health condition at this very moment. So any doubts, call your doctor or visit your doctor. That is important in this situation. So I hope that the first question is more or less clear about who can practice yoga, and the answer is everybody. Then the second question is about the yoga and sex. There are many people who have this kind of question, and not to kind of keep on repeating and repeating, we have included this question in this course, because there are very many myths and stereotypes about the yoga and marriage and sex and stuff like that. As you remember, yoga is the system of self-exploration and exploring of the universe that strictly follows the first and the second principle. The first principle is the principle of kindness, that we are trying to minimize suffering that can be caused by our activities, thoughts, or words. And the second one is the principle of efficiency, that we define the goals we want to achieve and we do the maximum, apply maximum efforts to achieve them, kind of getting rid of everything that is not bringing us to our goals. And the sex also is in this area, and it's no kind of different from our other ways of manifestation, like when we are talking, when we are dreaming, when we have physical exercises, and so on and so forth. The same as with the teaching the yoga or learning yoga. Thereby, what you have to do is you assess the first and the second principle in whatever activity you are getting involved in, and this also applies to the matters of the sex. Yoga is not the system of permissions or prohibitions, restrictions, limitations. We are not in yoga telling do this and don't do this. But sex is a very important aspect of any human being, because this is the matter of creating a new life, or the way how the new life is coming in this world, and thereby this fact of birth, death and the new life coming in is the three important stones, core stones that people are interested in. Thereby, for some reason, for many reasons, the people tend to go into kind of extremes. One part is telling there's no to be sex at all. So how the life is coming into this world, and the second one is that you can have as much sex as you wish. Those are two extremes. Yoga, in its turn, is about the freedom and about the responsibility and about the harmony. So the answer is usually somewhere in the middle, and each person is finding their own answer to this. Thereby, if we are yogis and we follow the system of self-exploration, exploring of the universe by following the first two principles, then we apply this principle too. As we already discussed, and if you don't remember these areas about the first and the second principle, I would suggest you to return to the material and specifically focus on them because there are kind of no strict assumptions in this area. Also about the first and the second principle, how we can find the answer if we are hurting somebody, if we probably are hurting somebody's feelings, but there might be a future benefits or so on and so forth. So many aspects to think about. What yoga suggests for the yoga beginners is to kind of follow the style and routines that you did before you started practicing yoga. And by studying this topic more deeply, by analyzing, focusing, being aware, you make small changes in your life. And for example, not being like selfish, egoistic. If you have a family for a man and probably a beautiful wife, and just in one day saying, well, I decided to become a yogi, so there's no sex at all. The continuation of life is important aspect in yoga. Thereby, there are also some aspects regarding the sex. Sex is a very powerful tool, and thereby some systems make strict obligations to have no sex. A lot of religions tend to be in this way, or having the sex only for way of how we have kids, or there's free assumptions, you do what you want and you don't think about the consequences. Yogis think about the consequences, and responsibility of both sides is equal. Thereby also you have to think about what is going to happen, but you are the one who is deciding what to do and what not to do. There is a specific area in yoga studying this topic, very deep, very interesting. However, it's more advanced area for those people who are quite well in the first two principles of yoga and in studying this in the practice, and they come to this assumption. Unfortunately, a lot of material is lost. A lot of kind of knowledge is lost, so a lot of things need to be rediscovered, but it makes this thing more interesting and good to explore. Of course, there are yogis who abstain from the sex, who have no sex, but this is kind of practice for a specific period of time for a specific reason, and taking out of the things off the context is having them out of the context. Thereby, if somebody is abstaining for some time from the sex, then it doesn't mean that all yogis do that and they will do it forever. Then there would be no life continuation. So this is a sensitive issue. There are very many aspects related to it. A lot of we could talk about it. Probably we will in more advanced courses, but for this moment, you have to know that sex is no different from other activities. No going into extremes, no strict rules, and we just keep on analyzing, focusing, being aware, and studying this topic in more details. Then, the question number 3 for us is very short. How to determine the success in yoga, and who can do it, or how can I tell? Usually, if we ask the people who just have come to yoga, then they would probably bring to the physical body, the skills of the body to do some poses, or to do something that for other people would seem to be kind of superpowers. Then yoga says that only kind of factor that is showing your success of doing yoga is the habit of practice. So if you have the habit to practice yoga regularly, let's say 2, 3, or 4 times a week, or even more often, then you can tell that you are successful. Otherwise, there are no reasons to, or kind of indicators showing that yes, he's successful or she's not successful. Habit, yes, then very well, and the success like results will come in a due time, even if they are small at this very moment, and with each practice you get some benefits and success. And a small note on the curing of diseases. A lot of people come to yoga to cure their diseases or problems with health. Any reason to come that kind of brings you to yoga is wonderful, but yoga is not medicine. It's not curing any diseases. It might be as a free supplement to your process of self-exploration, but if you need to treat something, then advise your doctor, see your doctor, and combine maybe other areas of life that help you to become more healthy, more beautiful, more smiling, more positive. And my best wishes for you to pass the test for this step. And I will see you in the next step of this course. And yes, the right side for the yogis is yogaopenyoga.com. See you.